Welcome to Couch to 5K with LeisureWorld Bishopstown. Austin here with you for the last time. This is the 5K preparation video. So you've done 8 weeks of training. You've done, would it be 24 sessions to get to this point? Whatever it is, you've done work, you've trained, you've prepared, you've probably cried a couple of times, I don't know, but you've smiled a lot more, I guarantee it, while doing your sessions, not at me. This is the 5K preparation video that we promised you. I'm just going to get straight into it, and then I might have a little rant at the end, okay? So, tip 1 for this may seem very obvious, but we'll just cover ourselves. Know your route. So plan your route. Don't go somewhere totally new to do a 5K because you've heard, oh, that's a good place to do a 5K or something like that. Like a lot of the road races, let's say for example, that are done in Cork will end up around the marina at some point. Because it's flat and it's not as busy with cars and stuff like that. So it's a lovely place to run. But if you're not familiar with it, one, you could get lost, or you might just go the wrong way, and you might end up just really putting yourself off, and then you have to turn around, you don't know where you're going, and you see, I'm even lost down the marina, lost. No, but seriously, if you're going to do your 5K, do it somewhere familiar. Do it so that you know the terrain, you know if it's hilly, you know if it's busy, you know if it's pedestrianised, you know when there'll be traffic, whatever it'll be. What you want to do is set it out now so that you can get out, do the 5K with the least amount of obstacles put in your own way. So that's tip 1. Tip 2 is don't get flash. So the training gear you have, the runners you have, whatever you have used, especially the ones that you've used mostly in your training with regards runners or clothing, they're the ones that you need to go exercise or to execute this 5K in, because they're the ones that you know don't give you blisters. They're the ones that are comfortable and aren't giving you friction burn. They're the ones that you can just go without worrying about any of these things coming up and getting it done. Now, that's not to say that something could still happen with regards a friction burn or a blister or something, But we've had these tips given out to help you overcome those throughout the races. So if you know that you possibly could get a friction burn somewhere, make sure you're putting your Vaseline on, something like that, yeah? But the main thing is, keep your clothes to what you've used for your training to do your 5K. They'll work best. Tip 3 is, keep your eyes off your watch when you do this, okay? So people will be saying to you now, especially if you've shared this with them, oh, what can you do for your 5K, or what do you want to do it in, or what expectation do you have of yourself, basically. That's what they're asking, that's what they're judging on. If you go and you set a time for yourself, and you're halfway through and you're nowhere near the time, what do you think that'll do to you? Do you think it's going to boost you or demoralize you? In my eyes, in my experience, that would demoralize. So, it's the first 5K, maybe it's a first 5K in a long time, whatever it is, just go and do 5K so you can tick that box. I did 5K. Then they can ask the question, oh, how long did it take you? So you don't need to worry about what time you've done this 5K in until you've finished it. Some people will say, oh, such and such a time is such a good time for a 5K, or that's a really bad, Don't worry about it. That's not what we're here for. Remember, at the start I said we're not here to set world records. We're not here to set any records. The only record, if we're going to set any record, it's going to be your own personal record. And if that is your first 5K, then that 5K time is your personal record. And let that be the end of it. Don't worry about Tom, Dick or Harry or Mary, Susan or Joe or whoever. Doesn't matter. It's your personal record if you do this and it's your first 5K. Sorry, when you do this and it's your first 5K. Final tip is bring friends and family, or even ask them, can you just go like down the corner? Can you go down around by the side there so that when I'm coming around for my last whatever distance, just a bit of a push on. Get people out. Obviously, the culmination of all this, the ideal culmination event would be a 5K race that we did together. me and the rest of you who've taken part in this, and that we'd do this together, and at the end of it we'd all go away and we'd have sandwiches and maybe a drink or two or something like that. But unfortunately that's not possible right now. So get your family and friends involved, maybe have a little party at the end of it, and just get that support. If you don't want them, that's fine, obviously that's your own choice, it's an individual thing. But if you do, great, go and celebrate. You know, we're allowed to do that now, we're allowed to have people around, keeping our distance. We can go anywhere in Cork, so if you want to drive off down to Inchydoney afterwards and have a little picnic or something, go for it. But besides all that, the main part of all this is that you enjoy it. You've really worked for this now, so you enjoy it, you've done your best, give it your best, and when you've finished, celebrate. And I mean celebrate. Like really celebrate, shout, like, ah! Because it's, you know, it's a good achievement. It's really good, especially if, you know, if you've started from the couch. Some people might have been up to a K or two before, but look, regardless of all that, it's a big achievement. You've set out from the start to do this. You're about to finish it, so celebrate it when you do. They're my tips for the 5K, and just besides all that now, I just want to say thank you again for engaging with us, for interacting with us over the last 8 weeks. I would have been a great camera guy before this, so it was a challenge for me to get in front of the camera and I suppose put myself out there. So thank you for sending the positive feedback, it's been wonderful. One request, I suppose, from my side would be if you could send us maybe some reaction videos or a picture when you've finished your 5K, and just tag us on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and it'd be just great for us to see. And if you don't really fancy doing that, just send it to us privately. Obviously we'll keep it to ourselves. It'd be just wonderful for us to see and to know that you've done well and you've finished it out and you're delighted with yourself, because that's what it's all about, really. So that's it, guys. Just go and get it done now. You've done all the work. You've prepared. You've hydrated. You've probably gone out dehydrated before I gave the tip for it. You know, it's all a learning process. Just keep it going. Just go and do it. It's 5 kilometers. You're well able. It's all underneath, you know, all that work is under the belt. So you just got to go out and do it. When the challenge hits, you know what makes you tick. So just push on. You're well able. Thank you very much, and we'll speak to you again soon. Take care.